God never forgets our prayers. Sometimes it feels like nothing is happening. We pray, and we hear only silence. But God is still working. In His time, every prayer becomes a seed. Today, I want to share a true story. A story about one prayer answered more than 30 years later. Around 1957, in South Korea, a young man who had just graduated from seminary arrived in a small village. He came with one purpose: to plant a church. He built a tent church on the hillside above the village. He hung a bell in the yard. Every early morning, he rang the bell and invited people to pray. Day after day, he went from house to house. He shared the gospel of Jesus Christ. Slowly, people began to listen. But a middle-aged woman strongly opposed his ministry. She was a mother of 7 children. Her husband had passed away from illness a few years earlier. To support her family, she began telling fortunes. She kept an idol in her home. She warned her children, no one is to go anywhere near that church, and do not associate with that pastor. Because of her decision, the family never heard the gospel. But the young pastor did not give up. Every time he prayed, he asked the Lord that the woman and her children would believe in Jesus. He did not know when, he did not know how, but he believed God was listening. Years passed. 2 of the woman's daughters married and moved to the United States. Later, the entire family followed them to America. The grandchildren grew up in America. One day, one grandson was invited to church by a friend. There, he met Jesus Christ. His life changed. Through him, his mother began to attend church. And soon, other relatives followed. Even the grandmother, who had once opposed the church the most, opened her heart as well. The family gathered together in their courtyard and burned the idol and books she had kept with her. Around 1995, a retired pastor came as a guest speaker to the church the family was attending. His message deeply touched the family. After the service, they invited the retired pastor to their home, and he gladly accepted their invitation. After the meal, the pastor asked the family, "Where did you live when you were in Korea?" When they spoke the name of their village, the pastor froze. That village, he finally said, was the first place I ever planted a church. Suddenly, everything made sense. That young pastor's prayer had never been forgotten. God allowed their paths to cross again, to show them something unforgettable. That God answers prayers, always in His perfect time.